Okay, today we're going to make beef kebabs on skewers. I've started just soaking these in a bottle so when you go to cook them they don't go all brittle and broken and brown. So we're going to have beef skewers with a nice crunchy salad and brown rice. So I've already put the brown rice on, 1 cup of brown rice, and that'll be for 4 people because it takes ages and ages to cook, so just stick that on just now. We will need 2 onions. 1 onion is going to be to go into the kebab mix and 1 onion is going to be in the salad. So I'm going to chop them differently. We obviously need the kebab ones, the skewer ones, the onions smaller, and we'll cook those first before we mix them into the beef. Okay, I'm going to use my little chopper from Pampered Chef because it's so fast. Okay, I'll just put that in a wok. I just find a wok is really easy for doing lots of things. Okay, a little swish of olive oil. And then we'll put in half of one of these bulbs of garlic or a big clove. Give it a little stir about, just make sure the oil isn't going to heat up too high or it'll just burn. It's not good for the olive oil to heat up past a certain temperature. I'm not sure what it is, but you really just want it to be on a low to moderate heat. Okay, we'll stick a wee bit of salt in there. So we just really want to try and get the flavours out of the onions and the garlic before we stick it into the kebab mix. And we'll open up the meat and put the spices in just now so they can start soaking into the meat just now. This is quite a lot actually. 650 grams. These things are good as well for chopping the meat up. It's actually for when you're browning mince. That was another Pampered Chef thing, but you probably get it somewhere else. Just good to get it all broken up. So I'm doing these on skewers, but they could be done just like in a pate shape. So these are lovely kebabs for the whole family. So we don't want them to have any like really strong taste. Just a nice fragrance through it. So this is ground cinnamon. That's half a teaspoon. Ground white pepper, I'll just put a wee sprinkle on, not too much, that can be quite spicy. A bit of salt. That's it. 1 teaspoon of basil. If you got fresh, that's even better. Can put just a really tiny little bit of cumin in, so it doesn't even have like a curry flavour. We'll just put in half a teaspoon. There, give it a wee mash about. We'll just set it to the side until the onions and garlic are ready. Keep moving them about, make sure they're not going brown or sticking to the sides. If they are, then just turn it off. Okay, so we have some spinach leaves. Just take a handful and just give them a real rough chop up. Into a bowl. Radishes. So just cut them into quarters. Worth your while getting a really sharp knife. Makes the cooking just so much better, so much more enjoyable if you're not having to hack through things. The onion. Okay, so that'll do the onions. We'll just let it cool off a wee bit. Okay, just so it doesn't start cooking the meat when we put it in. Right, we're going to cut these really finely. Again, if you're doing it for kids that are really don't like spicy stuff at all, you can just leave the onions out. It's really nice and thin. Okay, I'm just going to leave that half an onion. I think that's enough. Okay, carrot, grated in. Chunk of white cabbage, so it's not quite a quarter. This is where your sharp knife is good. Just cut that really finely as well. Okay, 3 spring onions. Again, that just depends who you're cooking for. All these things you can leave out, add in. But, you know, kids can acquire taste for things as well. So just because you maybe don't use it once, doesn't mean they'll never like it. So just cut those diagonally. It's always good to keep trying things, ask them to try it again. And we'll have a chunk of cucumber. Okay, the cucumber we'll just chop into little quartered chunks. If you make your salad like that and then leave it, don't put anything on it until you're close to eating it, or it just goes soggy. I'm going to use in one of the other videos there's a balsamic reduction. So this is a white balsamic reduction, so you can do the white or red. White one's quite nice for salads. Okay, we'll add in the onions and garlic to the beef mix now. Just give all that mixing together again. Okay, I'm also doing a little sauce to go with it. So I've got 2 tablespoons of soy sauce, 1 tablespoon of honey, just a little sprinkling of white pepper, and then a little sprinkling of just chopped garlic, depending if you like garlic. Just mix that. So, you know, there's not a huge amount, but it's a really strong sauce. If your honey's really thick, you might need to just stick it in the microwave. Okay, so it's very strong, so you don't need very much of it with the skewers. Okay, now to cook the skewers, you can either do them, I've got this griddle here. You can do it on that, you can do them on the barbecue, or you could do them in the grill if you want. Many options. The skewers have been soaking pretty well. Okay, so whatever you're cooking it on, if you just get the heat up, really high heat, and that will help it not to stick. Okay, so just squish it all together to like a big sausage shape. And then stick it on your skewer. Okay, and then that can go straight on. Okay, so you just keep turning them so they don't lose their shape too much. And they'll not become really firm until the meat's cooked properly. Okay, so the beef's cooking, rice is ready, almost ready just to start dishing it up. So we can put the balsamic glaze on. Very small drizzle of olive oil just to give the leaves a nice shine. It's a really, really small amount. Put all that. Okay, so I'm going to put 1 spoonful of the brown rice. Salad just on top. Rice underneath, salad on top, and then the soya dressing.